Hello there and welcome to another episode of Beer Club here on the Big Daddy D Reviews channel. And today it's beer delivery day. Oh yes, we are going to be taste testing 3 new kegs that have recently been made available on the Philips Perfect Draft beer machine. For this video we'll have Innis Gunn's Lager Beer, Brewdog's Elvis Juice and Palm's Especiale Amber Ale. Welcome to Beer Club. First up with the Innis Gunn, this is an award-winning Scottish 4.6% lager. We have the keg loaded up in the machine already, so let's give it a pour. So beer in the glass, and this is a really nice, crisp golden colour. There's good levels of carbonation, but it doesn't look overly fizzy, which is something you want to bear in mind when you're having a lager, especially if you're having it with food. You don't want it to rest too heavily. We're also getting a good compact head of white foam, about 2 fingers worth. It's a good looking pint, really looks pleasant, really looks appealing to the eye. But let's have a sniff of it and see what it's all about. Firstly, on the aroma, there is the smell of hops. From reading up on this beer, it has been brewed with 2 types of Styrian hops, which has given it this pleasant, grassy, citrusy aroma. You can then pick up on those base notes of malt, the oats, the naked oats that's been used to brew this, just from the aroma. It does smell absolutely amazing. Now, let's have a taste of this. Initially, you're getting that sweetness, then there's a kick from those citrus hops. It's really refreshing. There's a really nice, smooth undertone to it. It's not overly carbonated, it's really flavourful and drinkable, and you're also getting that hoppiness on top of what is a really nice lager. You're getting a very pleasant, exceptionally smooth mouthfeel on top of a proper, refreshing beer. I do wish that I had a proper Innis Gunn glass for this. The glass looks absolutely amazing, and I've seen pictures of it with the beer in that glass, and it's like, that's a beautiful sight, is that. But as you can probably imagine, looking at my shelves at the moment, I'm starting to run out of room, and it's getting to the point where my wife's having to say to me, yeah, no more beer glasses please, we don't have the room for it. Might have to build another shelf, we'll see. But yeah, very nice glass, and maybe I'll be on the lookout for that. But yes, this is a really good beer, very drinkable, very refreshing, and I reckon I'll definitely be ordering some more of this in again in the future. Right, I'm just going to have another swig now, just to be sure, because next up we're going to go from one famous Scottish brewery to another with Brewdog's Elvis Juice, their grapefruit infused IPA. Now I know what you're thinking, what are you reviewing this for? You reviewed this in the previous episode. Well, yes, that's true, but what I reviewed in the previous episode was the canned version that you get in supermarkets. That, and I was doing a comparison between that and Aldi's quite frankly dreadful copycat version called Memphis Boulevard. Now this time, yes, it's still Elvis Juice, but this is the Perfect Draft version, and I'm expecting the Perfect Draft version of Elvis Juice to be superior to the one in the can. I'm also glad to see Elvis Juice coming back to its original volume of 6.5% ABV. I'm not too sure exactly why it ended up dropping down to 5.1. Don't know if we ever got an explanation for that. And it's something that even James Watt himself of Brewdog has recently been speaking about. But yeah, we're back to 6.5 as it should be. So let's give it a go. This is the second beer that Brewdog have brought out for the Perfect Draft after the success of their Punk IPA, and hopefully the hits will continue to come from them as far as this and Perfect Draft is concerned. So, beer in the glass, it's a lovely clear amber colour with plenty of rolling carbonation and 2 fingers of slightly off-white foam. On the aroma, we're getting a wonderful smell of grapefruit, really inviting. Nothing too overpowering like another beer I could mention. There's that sweet maltiness, some hints of citrus and pine, very pleasant and very welcoming indeed. On the taste, we're getting a really nice soft maltiness, some sweet, refreshing, juicy grapefruit bursting through, which then leads onto a lovely mouthfeel. It's very smooth, nice and soft in the mouth, and it's a great body of beer. Fruity, hoppy, sweet, and very drinkable. And despite its 6.5% ABV, the alcohol is actually very well hidden. Elvis Juice is one of our favourite Brewdog beers here at the Mabbers Tavern. I usually find that if I buy a multi-pack of Brewdog beers, it is the Elvis Juice that is the first one to go. And now that it's on Perfect Draft, well, put it this way, I can see quite a few pints of that being drunk over the weekend. It's a winner on Perfect Draft, and he is hoping that Brewdog will bring another one of their beers to this machine. I'd like to say that Elvis Juice has filled in the gap that was left behind by Magic Rock's High Wire Grapefruit, which they've now stopped doing on Perfect Draft, but I'm sure there's some people out there who would still prefer to have that, myself included. High Wire Grapefruit was one of the first kegs I ever got on Perfect Draft, so the fact that it's not available anymore, you know, I'm really gonna miss that, to be honest with you. I am sad to see it go. And to make it worse, their Dark Arts Surreal Stout is now sadly no longer available for the Perfect Draft either. Now, I was a huge fan of that. As soon as that became available, I got a keg of that in for Christmas. I reviewed it. I had high praise to say for it, and that's gone as well. I mean, just to let you know how much of a fan of Surreal Stout I am, there's a poster there in the background of Magic Rock Dark Arts. Yeah, there you go, just there. So yeah, they've stopped doing that as well. It's a real shame. We're back to having a position now where there's no stouts available for the Perfect Draft machine, which is a bit daft considering that the latest version of this machine, the Perfect Draft Pro, has got an adjustable temperature, which would be ideal for stouts. So I'd like to see it where, okay, we're in a position now where we don't have a stout for the Perfect Draft machine. Are we now going to have it where one of these new breweries that have come on board, will they sort of fill in the gap and bring us a stout? I mean, Brewdog's got a number of stouts that they could bring to Perfect Draft. They would work quite well, I think. Although what I would really like to see, if I was going to tell you exactly what was on my wish list, it would be Vocation Brewery bringing their Naughty and Nice chocolate stout to the Perfect Draft. Now that would be amazing. I absolutely love that on cans, so that on Perfect Draft would be amazing, but we'll have to see what happens. Anyway, finally for this video, we are looking at Brouwerij Palm's Belgian amber beer, the Palm Spéciale, coming in at 5.2%, so living up to its name. It's a fantastic amber colour in the glass with a good amount of carbonation. It's quite clear, not very hazy, and there's a good compact, slightly off-white head of foam. There's a really nice, sweet, malty aroma to it, which is quite different to what I usually expect from Belgian beers. Rather than having that yeastiness to it, that sort of smell of cloves and banana, what we're getting instead is something that's quite fruity with hints of toffee and caramel. A very pleasant smell, but it's more rather like an English ale than a Belgian one. Quite surprising. The taste starts off with a soft, sweet maltiness. Feels like there's a hint of citrusy fruit and honey in there as well. The sweetness then gets balanced out with a really nice hoppy ending. And what this all results in is a fantastically smooth Belgian beer that is very drinkable, not too heavy, and then it leaves you with a very pleasant mouthfeel. It's crisp, it's clean, it's smooth, it's light, sweet and malty. Very happy with this one. This isn't a brew that I'm too familiar with. Not heard of them before, but I saw that it was a recently added keg, so I thought I'd add it to the basket and give it a go for review purposes. Very glad that I did, and I'll definitely be looking out for more beers available from this brewery based purely off this. And that's the end of this video. So hopefully all this waffling from myself has given you an idea of what these beers would taste like on Perfect Draft. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. These are some excellent additions to what is already a vast range of beers available for the Perfect Draft machine, and long may these additions continue. If you've tried any of these beers for yourself, then why not drop in your own comments about what you thought of this. But also be sure to leave us a like and a subscribe, and do be sure to check out some of my other videos as well. I'm also over on the old Twitter and Facebook, so give us a follow on there for details on upcoming videos, beer updates, and just general inane drivel from myself. So, cheers everyone, thank you very much for stopping by the Mabbers Tavern, and we'll catch you again next time.